So with Nick Evans now in the England fold, is attack back? And I thought you were going to score.
Ask a better question, you get a better answer.
Hi guys, welcome back. So England's coaching team is now taking shape. It's pretty tough going because obviously it's the middle of the season. The RFU haven't planned for this. They've kind of just reacted. But they did manage to get Kevin Sinfield released with Steve Borthwick from Leicester. That was their first big coup. Fantastic coach, highly regarded as a defensive coach. Poor Brett Hodgson was released before he even started, but that's how it goes sometimes. Now for Leicester, having lost Borthwick and Sinfield, it looks like they're struggling a little bit, as they would, hence why they wanted so much money in compensation. It looks like Borthwick really wants Nick Evans to be England's attack coach, and he's kind of wangled a short-term release thing for the Six Nations where Nick Evans comes in for some weeks and not for the off weeks, etc. So it makes sense that they've retained Gleeson there as well, Martin Gleeson. So that makes sense, even though it's a little bit weird. But yeah, I don't think Harlequins wanted to release Evans, even if it was possible. It would have been expensive, but let's see if it works out. Can England try and lever away Evans from Harlequins, who I think is on quite a long-term contract? We shall see. But certainly, whatever the case, you don't recruit someone like Nick Evans onto your attacking coaching team if you don't want England to push the boundaries a little bit more. Now, Harlequins, they play crazy continuity sometimes, really keeping the amount of rucks low, passing the ball out of tackles, before tackles. There's some very ambitious play, some very risky play at times, which I'm sure would have to be adapted for the international game. But like I said, you don't employ someone like Nick Evans unless you want to play a bit more of an ambitious game or a lot more of an ambitious attacking game. Now, the long-serving Proudfoot has been released, so Borthwick's going to want to replace him, going to want a new scrum guru. Ian Peel of Saracens seems to be the favourite. That would be a third coup as well, since Saracens have had a really strong pack for a long time and have been feared across Europe for sure. So that would be a good appointment if they could get that one done. Now, it looks like Richard Cockerell's going to stay in post, at least for now, as the forwards coach. And like I said, it's hard to find replacements anyway, even if you did. And it could cost the RFU just as much to replace them, so they might as well keep him as well. So whether he wants Cockerell there or it's kind of convenience, who knows? But I'm sure Borthwick will chip in, particularly in the line out, but he doesn't want to get too heavily involved because then you lose sight as well as a head coach, so you want to get that balance right, but Cockerell stays there. So the coaching team's starting to assemble, although it's going to be slow going, but they want to get them all in place as soon as possible. But I think we see real signs that Borthwick trusts the talent in the Premiership in terms of coaching, and I'm sure that will go over to players as well. So I think we're going to see some more formed players, and then with Nick Evans on board as well, I think we might see some more attacking players than what maybe we were expecting when we just saw it was Borthwick and Sinfield and we didn't know who was going to be coming in. So this is a little follow-up of my Borthwick 15 video where we were just looking at if he was to prioritise the set piece. Now we're bringing in Nick Evans' attacking flair as well. What sort of team might we see? Well, it's a bit of fun, we don't know, but that's what we like to do on this channel. So having a look at the front row, the change there for my Borthwick team is Dan Cole. Now that is not because we want him for his attacking prowess, although he's still decent round the pitch, particularly on the Jackal as well, but I think he's going to be in. It was confirmed that he was in the mini camp with the training and testing camp. I think they're going to want him at tight head, bring him back to secure that scrum. Genge is a fantastic attacker though. His tip passes have really improved. He makes clean breaks. He makes things out of nothing. And Jamie George, although he's not the quickest, his handling is still excellent. So I think an attacking coach can get plenty out of those guys, and Dan Cole in there to secure the scrum. The change in the second row from my Borthwick 15 is Dave Ribbons in there. Now, if you've seen him in the Premiership, he is fantastic at the offload. He can really make tries out of tackles. He really looks for that offload and is very confident in doing so. Definitely more so than Johnny Hill, and probably more so than Ollie Chesham. So Dave Ribbons is in there alongside Itoje, who's still a very athletic second row who can be very useful in attack. Now, if you look at my back row though, quite a few changes. Tom Pearson of London Irish, youngster, 23, coming into his prime. We've seen his clean breaks for London Irish. He's got some serious speed on him as well. A good link play, similar to Ben Earl, who's been doing this for ages. Brilliant clean breaks, likes to operate out wide as well. Good link player, very different sort of players to maybe like a Laws and a Curry combination there. So Pearson and Earl maybe. Alex Dombrandt, yeah, he stays there from my Borthwick 15. He is a bit of a genius in attack, particularly with his lines and his handling. I really think someone like Nick Evans could get a lot out of those guys, particularly those four there of Ribbons, Pearson, Earl and Dombrandt. Now into the halfbacks, maybe you'd go for an Alex Mitchell if you're going for all-out attack, but I think Jack Van Poortvliet is still very good on the break, very quick, plus he's a good game controller, and maybe Borthwick might see him, his Leicester scrum half, as a slightly better international player if you like, so he would stay. But maybe Marcus Smith would have a better chance in a Nick Evans-led attack. Certainly he knows him from Harlequins. Marcus Smith has got a very natural attacking game, looking to play that high-paced continuity game. Farrell, to be fair, has shown some good attacking touches, some offloads, some good half breaks, some good passes. So he's no slouch, but Marcus Smith is definitely a more natural attacker. Now into the centres, and the change there from my first 15 for Borthwick is Ollie Lawrence coming in. Slade's shown some silky skills. Marchant, Nick Evans knows well from Harlequins. Will Joseph is good in attack, but Ollie Lawrence's clean breaks are absolutely fantastic. And alongside Kelly, who's got a great range of passing, which I think would interest Evans in an attack, I think they could be very, very dangerous. So a Smith, Kelly, Lawrence partnership in the midfield. Now into the back three, and maybe Ollie Hassel-Collins gets the edge over someone like Anthony Watson or Johnny May, maybe just for his pure try-scoring pedigree in the Premiership. He's that big guy as well, and maybe a smaller but maybe even quicker winger on the other side like Arundel when he's fit, or Murley or Radwan. I think that would be a lovely classic attacking combination. And at fullback, I can't see Borthwick deviating from Freddie Stewart, and in attack he does give you that big man option coming in from fullback. So guys, let me know what you think of the appointment of Nick Evans. Do you think he should be a full-time attacking coach? What other coaches should they bring in? And also, if you're going to pick a more attacking team, maybe led by Nick Evans in attack, would it look something like this or different? Pop your teams below, and I'll catch you next time.